Introduction of the Mystical City of God, Volume 1. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Anne Boulais. The Mystical City of God, Volume 1, by the Venerable Sister Mary of Jesus of Ágreda. Introduction to the Life of the Queen of Heaven. I should not be astonished to hear myself condemned as audacious, foolhardy, and presumptuous by any person who will begin to realize, if realized it can be, that I, a simple woman, who is of herself but sheer weakness and ignorance, and who is, on account of her sins, most unworthy, has resolved and attempted to write of divine and supernatural things. This condemnation will be the more justified in these, our present times, in which the Holy Church, our Mother, is so abundantly supplied with teachers and holy men, so rich in doctrines of the Holy Fathers and Doctors. In this our most opportune age, when even prudent and wise persons, full of holy zeal in the spiritual life, are disturbed and troubled at the least mention of a higher life, looking upon visions and revelations as most suspicious and dangerous paths for the pursuit of Christian perfection. If no excuse can be found for such an enterprise in itself, or even for attempting things that are so far above and superior to what man can hope to compass, and so far beyond all human capacities, then we can only conclude that to undertake them is either a sign of perverse judgment, or the result of an activity far surpassing all the human power. As faithful children of the Holy Church, we must confess that all the mortals, not only with the use of all their natural powers, but with the simultaneous use of all the common and ordinary graces, are but incapable and, as it were, mute and ignorant weaklings for so difficult an undertaking as to explain and describe the hidden mysteries and magnificent sacraments which the powerful arm of the Most High has wrought in that creature, whom, as his mother, he has designed to be an immense ocean of grace and privilege, and the depositary of the greatest treasures of the divinity. How incapable must our weakness acknowledge itself to be, when even the angelic spirits confess that words fail them when attempting to describe that which is so far above their thoughts and capacities. The life of this Phoenix among the works of God is a book so sealed up that none is found among all the creatures of heaven and earth worthy to open it. Apocalypse 4:3. It is evident then that only the powerful Lord can unseal it. He who made her more perfect than all the creatures, or she herself, the Mistress, our Queen and Mother, who was worthy to receive and properly to appreciate her ineffable gifts. It is in her power to select suitable instruments, and such as for her glory seem capable of manifesting these gifts in the proportion, at the time, and in the manner serviceable to her only begotten Son. I would willingly maintain that these instruments can be no other than the teachers and learned saints of the Catholic Church, or the doctors of the schools, who have all taught the way of truth and life. But the thoughts and the judgments of the Most High are exalted as much above our own as heaven is exalted above the earth, and no one knows his mind and no one can counsel him in his works. Romans 11:34. He it is that holds the scales of the sanctuary in his hands. Apocalypse 6:5. And who weighs the winds. Job 28:25. Who grasps in his hands all the orbs. Isaiah 40:12. And who, by the equity of his most holy counsels, disposes of all things with weight and measure. Wisdom 11:21. Assigning to each one opportune time and place. He dispenses the light of wisdom. Ecclesiasticus 24:37. And by his most equitable bounty he distributes it, and no one can ascend to the heavens to draw it down. Baruch 3:29. Or fetch it from the clouds, or know its ways, or investigate the hidden paths thereof. Baruch 3.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?